Oh, welcome. J-Bone back here for Smash This Podcast. SummerSlam is around the corner, folks, and I'm pretty excited for it. It's got quite the stacked card. I know the build-up on some of these feuds has been a little weird. We had some weird shit go on SmackDown. We'll get into that in a little bit. So I'll bring up the card on my computer from WWE.com. We're gonna go through some NXT too. But before I get into that, before I bring all this up and get into it, I want to talk about Ric Flair just for a bit. Was contemplating doing a video concerning his health and all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad I waited because the update we got from his girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is to him, I'm pretty sure it's his girlfriend, is from what I've heard. Man, so, and this is why I don't talk about certain things right when they hit social media, because a lot of times we'll get false news. And I don't know why this stuff comes out. People just make shit up or whatever. And it's unfortunate because, we were talking about a legend here. He deserves better treatment, or I should say just respect in general. So his girlfriend came out today and said he did not have colon surgery, and she said he did not have colon surgery, and she didn't say anything specific about his condition other than he needs a lot of prayers. So I just want to say, whatever he had going on, from what it sounds like, she said multiple issues with multiple organs. That's not good, folks. She didn't say anything about him being in a coma, nothing specific, and it's whoever comes out with, more updates. I'm assuming family related, maybe Charlotte will, who knows? Maybe they'll come out with an update at SummerSlam as far as anything specific. Because all they said on Monday and Tuesday on Raw and SmackDown was that, keep Rick in your prayers, So whatever's going on with Rick, just sending out some positive vibes, prayers, all of the above, for Rick. Hope you kick whatever this is and have a healthy, if not speedy, recovery from whatever it is that's ailing you. I don't have too much else to say about it because we really don't know. The news that did come out about him is not true. It wasn't colon cancer. Apparently it's not heart related. Whatever it is, and I'm not going to knock the people who came out with the news. They obviously hear it from what they thought was a reliable source. His girlfriend came out today and said it's not. So get well soon, Rick. We're praying for you. We're pulling for you. We hope to hear that woo again real soon. Yeah. So, it's scary, It's a legend. So, and we've lost too many within the last couple of years, man. It's hard. It's hard talking about it. Anyways, let's get positive. Let's start talking about some stuff that's going on this weekend with SummerSlam. Going to go over NXT a little bit, and I feel bad. There is a lot of good stuff going on in NXT. Unfortunately, I'm not very current on NXT, but I do want to go over the card and still give some predictions. Now, I know the Ramblers gave my predictions earlier tonight, and when I gave my predictions, I did not really think these through, especially the SummerSlam ones. So I'm not going to repeat those. I'm going to go fresh. I'm going to try to be a little more realistic, or who knows, maybe I'll even repeat them. But all I know is when I wrote them down earlier and texted them to the guys because they were live earlier, I came up with a lot of title changes, and I honestly don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. You never know. That's one thing they may shock us and just flip the entire company on its head. You never know. So let's go over some NXT. Johnny Gargano made his comeback recently, and I really need to catch up on this because there's some good stuff going on. But we got Johnny Gargano versus Andre Cianalmas. Excuse me, Andrade. What did I say? Andre? Close. God. He's a little rusty on NXT stuff, obviously. Seeing as this is Gargano's comeback, I'm going to pull for Gargano. And who knows how long he's really going to be in NXT. Are they going to keep him in NXT until Ciampa comes back? That'd be really interesting. But I know people had been speculating that he might be going to 205 Live. And honestly, if they're going to, pull people from NXT soon to give 205 Live a fresh look or whatever, besides what I had talked about earlier on this channel with doing the whole, James Ellsworth, Enzo, and, hey, maybe even a Chad Gable because he's like 200 pounds. It's time to freshen up the brand if you're planning on keeping it around, So, hey, who knows what they're going to do with Johnny Gargano. But nonetheless, I'm rooting for him this Saturday, almost at Sunday. Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. Jeez Louise, this Aleister Black guy has been killing it. I mean, talk about he's creating his own little version of strong style with his kicks and everything. So him versus Hideo Itami is going to be really interesting. Hideo Itami, from what I heard recently, went kind of heelish. So, hey, whatever. I'm going to pull for Itami because he really needs some wins. He's had a rough road in NXT. He really has. I like this Aleister Black character, but I'm going to root for Itami here. I think he's going to win. NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Authors of Pain. They're still champs. Those are some tough guys. Versus Sanity. I watched part of it last week's episode, and Eric Young's back and the whole beatdown of the Authors of Pain. That was shocking to see because that's one thing we really have not seen much is the Authors of Pain beaten down. Oof. Excuse me. Damn Coke. You know what? I'm going to say Sanity. Yeah, you know what? What the hell? Sanity wins. And what does that mean for Authors of Pain? I don't know. They might bring them up to the main roster. They got a good mouthpiece in Erling, so who knows? Who knows? But I have seen him improve, and I do like Sanity too, so who knows? NXT Women's Championship match, Asuka versus Ember Moon. Man, Asuka has just been killing it as champ. Crazy streak, 500 plus whatever days. Completely destroyed any recent record within the last, decade? Crazy. I don't think anybody suspected this. I know they're in the process of rebuilding the women's division. And with the whole Mae Young Classic thing coming on, I'm sure they're in the process of completely revamping the women's division in the entire company in general. At least I'd like to assume that. I would hope they would, because there are some women, not going to list any names, that, I think they need to get more serious with their women. No more powder puffs. Let's get some ass kickers in there, And there's plenty to choose from in this Mae Young Classic list, let me tell you. But, man, where does that leave Asuka versus Ember Moon? Is it Ember Moon's time, or is Asuka just going to, stay champ for, freaking ever? Look what they did with Paige. Paige was champ, and then they stripped her of it when they brought her to the main roster. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do with Asuka. So I'm going to say Asuka retains, and they end up bringing her up to the main roster, and she just ends up dropping her championship because no one can freaking beat her. And then they'll have a new round of, some new thing where some battle royal for the championship or something coming up. Who knows? I think Asuka's going to retain, though. I thought she was going to lose it a long time ago. So for once, I'm going to be like, no, Asuka's retaining. No one's going to beat her. Why not? But nonetheless, this Asuka Ember Moon match is going to be ridiculous. Am I seeing that right? I know it's late and I'm tired, but if you look at the WWE card on WWE.com, Ember Moon is spelled with 3 O's. I shit you not. Yeah, that's 3 O's. Ember. Is that how they say it when they announce her name lately? Ember Moon. Kind of like Bobby Roode. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's late. No, this is not drinking tonight. It's just been very hectic lately, and I'm doing this late tonight because you never know what the next day is going to bring. It's been a little hectic lately, taking care of stuff. So, all right, Asuka retains. Last but certainly not least, Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre. I think we're going to get a new champ, folks. David Lagana, what's his name? David Lagana? He just, go look him up on YouTube. He was a former, producer for TNA and some other stuff. He just did a little documentary about Drew McIntyre, or Drew Galloway, when he was in the Independence, and filmed him over the course of the weekend of WrestleMania when he got the call from WWE to go back to WWE. Nice little documentary. I watched it. Very cool. And you know what? The dude has worked so hard over the years. Drew McIntyre has got everything coming to him that he deserves. And then I mean that in the most positive way. Bobby Roode's been a great champ. I love Bobby Roode. But I think it's time for Drew to take over, honestly. So we're going to say McIntyre. And I know there's been a lot of discussion lately. I'll touch on this about a Ring of Honor invasion. It was reported recently that Adam Cole, baby, has signed with WWE. Although we haven't had any official thing from what I haven't been on social media much, but I haven't heard that we have anything official from the WWE regarding Adam Cole. It all came through like PW Insider or whatever. And I know they've been waiting for him for a while, but they waited because of the whole 90-day post Ring of Honor thing, so there wasn't any tampering going on or whatever they call it, contract tampering, whatever. So, I do hope he shows up, and I hope it's not like how they've done these appearances before where Bobby Roode shows up and he's in a suit in the front row, just sitting there like, stoic. Like, oh, okay, great. You're here. That's lovely. They put you in the front row for 2 minutes, and then they took you out. And they also did that with Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania weekend. And he's sitting there like, all right, that's lovely. The crowd goes, can we please get some like run-in invasion or something? I'm all for the Ring of Honor invasion. There's a lot of new blood coming to NXT, folks. And I'm not saying you got to make a stable out of all of them, but let's go over the list. They signed O'Reilly. They signed Bobby Fish. Adam Cole's there now. Donovan Dijak's there. Leo Rush is coming in. He just wrapped up his stuff with Evolve and several other independent companies this past weekend. There's a lot of stuff coming. A lot of new blood. NXT is about to get flipped on its head, folks, and could possibly become WWE's most watched brand. I definitely need to start watching it some more. So I hope something happens. I don't have a clue what's going to happen, but I hope they do some kind of. If it's just Cole running down and interfering in the championship match, fine, whatever. But I hope it's not just him. Oh, look, Adam Cole's here in the front row in a suit. Yay. Eating popcorn. Let's do something. Let's shake things up. I'm always for the shake up. Shake things up, folks. I want to hear, oh my God, it's Adam Cole. Baby. All right, what's next here? Let's talk some SummerSlam. Bring up the card. Come on, Paige. And no, I don't mean ADR and Paige. The WWE.com. Preview, quick hits. All right. What do we got here? The pre-show SummerSlam kickoff matches. We've got, from what I've heard, now it's not listed on here. Why it's not listed on here? I've heard that Tozawa versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship is on the pre-show, but they don't list it on here. I heard there was 2 matches. Whatever they have for the whatever, I'll just go through this list. By the way, congrats to Tozawa. Tremendous talent. Neville, you have been an incredible champion. Your comeback has been tremendous. I mean, truly, Neville reinventing himself as a heel has been one of the best things to watch in WWE. I'll give him that. Running 205 Live, the Cruiserweight division, it's been fabulous. But I was shocked when they really shook things up on Monday night and pulled the trigger on Tozawa. Very happy about that. Tozawa getting marched around on Titus O'Neil's shoulders. I was like, oh, that's how Tozawa should come down to the ring every freaking week. Seriously, that would just be like tremendous. The best use for Titus O'Neil. Put that kid on your shoulders. He's not really a kid. He's been around for a while, but nonetheless. I have no doubt that Tozawa is going to separate this here. Sorry, just jotting notes. Why didn't you do that beforehand? Because I'm tired and, when you do this shit last minute like I do sometimes, that's what happens. All right, so I think Tozawa's going to retain. Did I spell it right? Probably not. I did. Great. Okay. Tozawa retains the Cruiserweight Championship. The next kickoff match for SummerSlam, we've got the New Day, who are the tag team champs, who have not been around much, really. It's been a lot of Usos lately. Interesting. Usos are going for the championships. I don't think the Usos are going to get them back. By all means, I don't think the New Day are going to set a new record like they did last time, but I don't see a title change happening. Do we really need a 2-hour pre-show for SummerSlam? Well, the card's pretty big, but geez Louise. By the way, I heard Sam Roberts is going to be on the NXT panel. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Finn Balor versus, it says The Demon. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. We have not seen The Demon in quite a while. In fact, I don't think we've seen him since I don't remember. I don't remember when we've seen him last. Possibly since he was before he was injured. I think so. But it'll be cool. The whole Bray Wyatt dumping blood on him, and that was kind of like a trigger thing. That was kind of like a sign, But then obviously they said, "Oh yeah, the demon's coming," which they shouldn't have said anything like that. But now they're gonna. This is gonna be another one of those tag word things, where they use it like a million times when he's out there. The demon. Like Roman Reigns, big dog. They say that 20 million times while he's out there. Oh, the big dog's coming out. It's like, all right, shot time. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be the new demon drinking game. Watch, it'll happen. I'm picking Balor for this one. Hope his paint is cool. Who knows? They'll probably do something new. They've been pretty good with that. It'll be good to see it again. Should be a good match. It's been an interesting feud. But the blood on Monday, holy crap. What did I see? Mance from Gift of Podcasts said something like, wow, that's a lot of strawberry syrup. Oh, it's blood. That was totally blood. Right. And this is going to be my favorite match of the entire SummerSlam weekend. Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore suspended above the ring in a shark cage. No, I'm kidding. It's not. This has been crazy. Crazy stupid. Not a big fan of this. I don't know. If you're going to put anything on the pre-show, you should have put this on the pre-show. Okay? And Cass, dear God in heaven, Big Cass, stop tanning. Your tan's been like ridiculous to the point where you don't even look white anymore. You look like you're making the Young Bucks look white, for crying out loud. Okay, stop that. It's ridiculous. And Enzo Amore, what the hell are they doing with this guy? They're consistently burying him. And I've talked about that before, where they went out of their way to say what kind of heat is actually on him. Really? That's informing your fans they should not like him for real. Calling him an asshole, and then that was really not cool. It's okay to bring up topics like that on, bring it to the table and stuff like that. But if you're going to go out of your way to shit on someone live, if I was Amore, I'll give Enzo Amore this. He must have a pretty thick skin. Because if they did that to me, I'd be pissed. Troll level, what do they say? 9,000? Whatever. I don't know. So, this is probably another example of Big Show putting over another big guy. And then they'll probably, destroy the cage and kill Enzo. So I'm just going to say Big Cass wins here. Probably different from what I said with the Ramblers, but whatever. You can't flip-flop? Yeah, whatever. Just bite me. And what they do with Enzo after this, the feud has got to be done. It better be done. Like I said, put Enzo Amore on 205 Live. Perfect. He can stay on Raw, but put him with the cruiserweights. Because I don't know what else you do with him, seriously. Have him come out with the Big Show on 205 Live. Comes out on his shoulders. And then you've got Tozawa coming out on Titus O'Neil's shoulders, and they can have like a chicken match. There you go. Book it. Damn, I'm tired. All right. Yeah, Cass wins. And Enzo falls. No, I shouldn't say that. Randy Orton versus Rusev. Kind of a weird feud going on here, especially what they did to Rusev on SmackDown. Says Randy Orton, and then all of a sudden gets RKO'd out of nowhere. So, poor Rusev. So I think Rusev's going to get a win out of this one. Poor guy. He's been injured so much. Just put him back with Lana. Stop trying to make Lana wrestle and lose all the freaking time. I think Lana is in competition with Hawkins. Honestly. Could be a thing. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Talked about that. That's on the pre-show. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Naomi versus Natalya, with Carmella waiting patiently in the wings for an opportunity to cash in. Sorry, distracted mentally. Stylez just messaged me. Why are you typing and doing this live? Because it's my video and I don't care. This women's match should be pretty good. No, I'm on Google. All right. Breaking news. We're going to have my good buddy CM Stylez join me at 12:45 at night. So, hang on, folks. We're going to bring him in here, and we're going to talk some SummerSlam. Patience, folks. Patience. Copy. because you never know what's going to happen live. So I messaged Stylez earlier, and I was like, hey, what's up? So we're going to try our best to bring him in here. So hang on, folks. Love me. Love my Stylez. Cue the Jeopardy music. Yep. Cue the Jeopardy music, because it's happening. Near, 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 near. And there he is.
Yo.
There he is, Mr. CM Stylez, live in living color. Oh, sorry.
But I have no camera.
You don't have a camera?
I don't have a camera tonight.
Why not?
It's working, but it's not.
It's working, but it's not?
Yeah. Must be from China. I don't know.
Damn. Whatever. All right. Let me... That's not what I want. Let me adjust this real quick. Come on, work with me. I'm just adjusting your volume a little bit, making us a hair louder. Okay. So how you been, dude?
I've been good, man. I've been busy. I just got back from that Florida trip a couple days ago, and I come home, I wind down. I've been trying to get back into the wrestling scene. I've been trying to get back into everything. So, and on top of that, I'm ready for The Walking Dead, which is coming up here in about 2 months.
Yeah, we're gonna get the second half of Fear the Walking Dead season. Was that 3 or whatever?
Yeah,
and then season 8 of The Walking Dead will piggyback that. So yeah, dude, awesome stuff. So, dude, are you excited for SummerSlam?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, like I said, I've been away from the wrestling scene for the last 2-3 weeks. I've caught, the highlights on YouTube. I saw that we might see a Shield reunion come SummerSlam, and that actually excites me because I love the Shield. And
oh yeah, dude, no one loves the Shield more than me.
Yeah.
So I went through like half the things. These things. I went through like half the card already, but I'll get your opinions on these matches anyways. I'll backtrack a little bit just for the sake of these will be fun. What do you think of Tozawa getting the championship on Monday from Neville?
After watching the highlight, that match looked pretty hot, fast-paced. I'm actually glad they put the title on Tozawa. He's a fantastic superstar.
He is. He is.
I mean, I love his little catchphrase. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, that thing's over with the crowd,
It really is. He does get the crowd going. I mean, if he did that and no one did anything, it'd be like, no, let's change it up with him because this isn't working. But it's working,
I think this is WWE's first Japanese breakout superstar since Taka Michinoku.
You might be right on that. He's in New Japan right now, right?
Yeah, he has his own dojo over in Japan as well, training other training students how to become professional wrestlers, and it's very impressive what he's doing with the business over there. I wish the WWE would take notes on what Japan does, working that style instead of working this safe, family-friendly environment style. That's what's going to business. But yeah, aside from all that, congratulations to Akira Tozawa. You are the man. Tightest brand worldwide. Now you're going to be making millions of dollars.
Yeah, I was saying, how great would it be every week to have Tozawa come out on the shoulders of Titus O'Neil, like every entrance.
But yeah, from what I recall, that match is going to be a pre-show now. Rematch for the title.
Yeah.
I really hope that they don't make this a fluke win and take the title off him right at this, one of the biggest pay-per-views of all time. I think he needs a SummerSlam moment.
He does. He deserves it. He's a great worker, and one of the best talents on 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division. And that's not knocking Neville. Neville's been tremendous for his comeback as a heel and as champ since what, January?
Something like that.
Royal Rumble, I think, is when he won. Yeah. So yeah, there'll be it sucks. Something's got to go on the pre-show, but nonetheless, they're going to kill it.
Hey, my camera works again.
Hey, there he is. Look at that sexy beast.
That's awesome. I forgot I had a program running, and it took my webcam over. But
nice.
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at the rest of the card. I know, like you said, you did a review on it and predictions.
I did. I went through about half of it, but yeah, let's talk about the other pre-show match that we got, the SmackDown. Yeah. Man, the poor Usos on the pre-show again.
That's a smack in the face of the Usos.
Dude, they're so good right now.
New Day. But hey, you know what? It's a free match for those who aren't going to order the pay-per-view or watch it on WWE.com, the WWE network. Right now, I don't see the Usos winning the titles. I see New Day prevailing, and it's as simple as that. If it's Big E and Xavier Woods, they're the one that are carrying out this match. That match is going to be rated R. Turn the page. But yeah. Yeah, I just see the New Day keeping the straps just a little bit longer. Maybe until Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything earth-shattering like they did with the Raw Championships, but yeah. I said the same thing. How about what do you think of Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor?
Well, first off, let me talk about their match on Raw. That was pretty weird with the whole blood thing.
Yeah. Well, was it blood or strawberry syrup?
Yeah, it was some. We'll ask Finn Balor if we could ever get him on the show.
Absolutely.
Let's ask Steve Austin. He's been bloodbath quite a few times.
He's had all sorts of stuff dumped on him.
I mean, I can go all night with all the superstars that had, a first blood moment, and that's what this match should be, first blood match. But since we're in a PG world, we can't have our superstars cut without being checked by WWE officials.
Oh, this is true.
Why would they bring blood back if you can't have our first blood match? It irks me.
It's only going to be in the. It's only going to be in the game.
Yeah, you got to turn off universe mode for blood.
Right.
But
something like that.
But yeah, this match between Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, I see. Ooh, this is tough, dude. I want to see Finn Balor win this, but Bray needs to win more than Finn does right now. because he's been on a losing streak for pay-per-views, and I'm gonna give it to Bray Wyatt.
Okay. Because this is the comeback of the Demon.
Yeah, and of course, you can unleash the Demon, but look what happened in NXT between the Demon of Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe destroyed the Demon.
Yeah, you never know. Just because the Demon's coming out doesn't mean it's an automatic win. I said Balor's going to win, but that's okay. We can agree to disagree. That's what'll make this.
There's no debate whatsoever. We already know exactly how things work. I mean, we're not the Booking 101 creative team, but we have an understanding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so you say Wyatt's going to win that one. How about, now this is probably going to be your favorite match of the show. I know it's going to be mine. Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore suspended above the ring in a shark cage. Was that a snore or a fart?
I don't know why they have Enzo in the shark cage. That's worse than Jericho being in the shark cage during that Kevin Owens match.
That at least was funny. This is more of a, oh my God, poor Enzo. They hate him so much.
Enzo has so much heat on him right now, and it's just unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
If this is their way of punishing him, by God, you might as well just release the guy. How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier before you came on, I said I give Enzo credit. All the stuff that they completely buried him on Bring It to the Table, and talked about how much people honestly in the company do not like him. That's seriously, that's crap. They should not have done that.
Yeah.
It's like, stuff like that should not be brought to the surface. I understand. It's like, okay, if you're going to do something like that, keep it on social media, and that happens a lot with feuds and stuff like that. And that's fine. It's a way to get eyes on social media to follow and stuff like that. But if you're going to outright live on the WWE network say how much you dislike someone because of their, basically just calling him an asshole, it's like, really? That's not cool.
This is why the WWE is losing its fan base, because of stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I like when they shoot on people and when they kind of take a dump on guys, but this right here is, it can be completely unprofessional. And of course, one of the biggest people that will try to bury your career, JBL, he such an asshole. I love his character, but they have him take it way too far. And it's like, wow, sometimes the show can be unbearable. But this is where they're coming from with the whole, oh, you want attitude back. So they're bringing it back. And it's like, we, the viewers, see things as PC and non-PC. I hate political correctness, but, you break that boundary, break the barrier, and you make a complete asshole out of yourself, and it just makes me disrespect you twice as quick as being a fan. So
yeah, it's crazy. I give him credit for having a thick skin. Who knows what they're going to do with him after this? But who do you think is going to win between Big Show and Big Cass?
I'm going to have to say Big Cass, because right now they're building him to be strong. He's supposed to be the new Monster heel. Big Show's just there for a paycheck in this match. That's how I see it.
Putting over a new guy.
Yeah, I mean, what does Big Show have to accomplish? He's been in this business for almost over 20 years. He and Taker have that, that veteran status to where they don't have to to work as hard. They can put someone over however they want to, and this is exactly what Big Show's going to do come Sunday night.
Yeah, I don't see Show sticking around much longer. I mean, I honestly thought when Show had that match on Monday Night Raw with Strowman and the ring collapsed, I thought that was Show's exit. I did not expect him back after that. And if that was his exit, I'd have been like, whoa, great way to put over the next monster big guy. Yep. And I'd have been happy with that. But now there's this, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like seeing Show in the ring, his time is over. He can relax. He just dropped over 100 pounds, and he looks fantastic. He should get into fitness when he gets out and show how big, how do you describe it? Big fellas, look at me. I'm a pretty big guy myself. I'm almost 300 pounds, and I want to drop 100 pounds. I got to find out a way. I got to find out a workout routine that doesn't strain you and work you out.
Yeah. You've had some physical ailments and stuff. Same here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now it's like I want to be like Big Show.
Yeah, that's a way to do it. So yeah, I think Cass is going to win too. How about the next one? Randy Orton versus Rusev. That's as far as I got in the predictions.
Okay, so the highlight on this one, this just came out of left field that they threw Rusev into Randy Orton. But of course, what was it last night? He took an RKO from Randy, so that was like, all right, here we go. This is going to be a fight come SummerSlam, and I see Randy Orton putting over Rusev.
So you think Rusev's going to win?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
Unless we see that RKO out of nowhere, I see Rusev coming out victorious.
I want to see Rusev kick out of an RKO. That would be.
Rusev is a beast, man. I love his character now. He's this cocky, Bulgarian brute. He said he was going to leave the company if he didn't get any competition upon his return. And he was threatening Shane McMahon. I was like, this is what the WWE needs. This is why I like Rusev. We're not supposed to like heels, but I do, and I really don't care what the IWC thinks.
He's a great talent. Yeah, I want to see something positive. I mean, Rusev unfortunately has had a lot of injuries and hiccups that has really halted his momentum, and I'm hoping that, this, if he gets a win here, it'll really, hey, you beat a former WWE champion, let's hope. So, kind of a last-minute feud, too. But I think it'll be okay. This one was kind of a head-scratcher, but, the two should be in a match, so why not? Let's see. What's next here? Oh, okay, and I was just starting to talk about this when you messaged me. And threw the whole show off. No, I'm kidding. SmackDown Women's Championship. Naomi defending against Natalya, with Carmella waiting patiently in the wings with one James Ellsworth to just cash in and throw off the entire evening for the SmackDown Women's Championship. What do you think, dude?
Oh, man. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, Naomi versus Natalya. I'm going to have to say Naomi's going to retain. I don't know why. WWE is really high on her for some reason. She comes out to that rave music, and she's got the whole glow thing going. Kids love it. Kids love her. You know, even some of the WWE universe is into it. So it's a big boost for her. But Natalya needs that win more than anybody because she has never won any championship since being in the WWE. So this is her shot. So
I thought she was women's champ a while back.
No. I've been keeping track of her, and I don't remember her. I don't even think she was Divas champion.
See, I thought she was at least Divas champion because if she was champion, it would have had to have been Divas champion. Like back around the time that Beth Phoenix was in the company. I think she was. When I said women's champion, I should have said Divas because that's what it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually taking a look at it right now. Nope. She has, or wait, here we go. I'm wrong. November 21st, 2010. It was in a handicap match involving Layla and Michelle McCool.
Oh, yeah. So
Survivor Series.
She beat the double champ.
So that's right. That was when they had that best friends women's title. It was, wow, the women's title, dude. That's crazy.
I think that's when Michelle McCool retired too.
Yeah. Well, during that time, wasn't she? Well, she was dating Taker during that, and she wanted to have a kid and move on with her life. So that was a good way to pass the torch over to Natalya. But it completely threw me off that Natalya actually, but she hasn't. It's been 7 long years. Give it to her. Give her an opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I think Natalya is probably your best wrestling talent on the roster. You know, I know the whole women's revolution thing with Charlotte and Banks and Lynch and all those women have been really positive over the last couple of years between what they've done in NXT and then bringing all that women's hype to the main roster. But I feel the same way about Natalya. Natalya needs this win, but just the track record, what they've done with Natalya, I don't see Natalya staying champ. I think Carmella is going to cash it in on Natalya right after she becomes champion.
Yeah, that would.
And I know a lot of people don't want to see that, but I'm like, whatever. You know, if we're going to have a cash in, we can't have Baron Corbin cash in now because he just.
I don't even want to talk about that. Talk about getting screwed.
Yeah.
Must have pissed someone off backstage to, apparently he has heat for that tweet he made a couple days ago. And it was regarding military veterans. He played the card and now it's biting him in the ass.
Oh, see, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. It was pretty brutal.
Wow.
So
that's
Corbin has some backstage heat. I think he's got more heat than Enzo does right now.
Yeah, it's one thing to get into, to piss off a writer or piss off a producer or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it started with Dave Meltzer, and then it ended with the military thing. And I was like, come on, dude.
Oh, that's not cool. Yeah, I didn't even hear about it, but I was really shocked about the whole Baron Corbin losing the cash-in was not successful on SmackDown. I was like, whoa. We're getting a new champ on SmackDown. And then he lost it in 3 seconds. And
yeah, of course you could thank John Cena for that, but that's going to be a nice little feud between the two. I see Baron Corbin winning the title down the road, though. As long as it's not too bad.
I'm sure he'll redeem himself, but it's going to take a while. Weird. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Wow, that's something. Breaking news from CM Stylez.
You're welcome. See, I keep on track with backstage news as much as possible.
Yeah.
They say don't believe the dirt sheets, but sometimes you have to because there's a lot of realism going on backstage that you can't believe. And you heard it here first, folks.
Right? Yeah, because I haven't talked about stuff like that in quite a while. So, well, and with the cash-in happening recently, that is, you can at least say it's recent news. I think the news did come out today about that. So, I'm assuming it did. So, so now we kind of went off track. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the women's championship. So you think Natalya is going to beat Naomi?
I want Natalya to win. I need her to get this title. 7 years is too long. She's put in too much work into this company. She's done stupid little gimmicks like the flatuation a couple years ago.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, yeah, that was awful. Poor Tyson Kidd had to put up with that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll admit, she has gone through some shit as far as just disrespect or whatever you want to call it.
Let's not even start with her cats.
Oh, that's funny. That's her own little. I mean, that's real. Her own cat has their own Instagram page or whatever.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Do you follow her cat on Instagram?
No.
Well,
no.
If you don't, you should. All right, so I think Carmella's going to cash in successfully, which will also be another little rub in the face of Baron Corbin. With what happened there, I have absolutely no doubt that's going to happen now at SummerSlam, but we'll see. Let's talk about the other women's match right away. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is honestly a tough one because Bliss is a 2-time double brand champ, and she's on quite the streak now. But I don't think Banks is going to take it here. I think Bliss is going to retain. And I don't think they're going to have match of the night. And I don't think Bliss is even the best women's wrestler, but as far as heel women's character, she's got it. She's a sassy little minx, and I think she's going to retain here against Banks. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, I'm not going to look for a cat, but I give up on Instagram. But yeah, Sasha Banks, she's championship material, but just not SummerSlam material. Bliss. Oh yeah, let me do that by the way.
She's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's so full of talent. She's like the goddess of the ring. I hate to say it. She's got the goods. She can talk. She can work. She's short, but she can make it happen. So Alexa Bliss retains.
Okay. So we agree on that one. There we go. All right. Raw Tag Team Championship match. The champions Cesaro and Sheamus versus a reunited 2/3, if you will, The Shield, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins, who have been taking us through an so emotional roller coaster ride the last few weeks. Oh my goodness! You start on this one. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen here, dude?
Dude, don't get me started with the Shield reunion. the question is, are they going to come out in their Shield gear? That's my question. If they come out with that, they come out looking like the Shield from 4 or 5 years ago.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, they come out in their little riot gear. I will mark out. The Hounds of Justice is back, minus Roman Reigns at the moment.
See, and that's the funny thing about this. Throughout this whole thing between Rollins and Ambrose, they have not once, to my knowledge, mentioned Roman, uttered his name in any conversation surrounding these two.
Yeah, I think they have something big planned for the main event for Roman, but for now, I think we're going to take this match with a grain of salt, and I think we're going to see some new tag team champions.
Yeah, could be.
I really don't know what else to say. I mean, these two guys, when they work together, they have the perfect chemistry. I know it's been years since they feuded and since they've, worked together, but now that they're together, it's magic in the making.
Dude, when the Shield hit, I mean, it's a bit of a nostalgia thing for, fans of indie wrestlers and stuff like that. But yeah, when they came in, holy crap. It was one of the few times within the last, I'd say 5 years where I completely lost my shit. And they attacked, what was it? It was CM Punk versus, was it Ryback? It was Ryback, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they put him through the table and came out, and because I had been waiting for months and months for them to pull the trigger on, Ambrose, any of these guys, because I've been following him very closely. And yeah, it's time to, they're back together now, and I think it's time. I know some people are against it. They say it's too soon. But even if it's a short, say 6 month to a year reunion of the Shield, there's enough new guys to either A, bring in to shake up the roster, or enough new teams that they can have some decent feuds with. Hell, the Club. And I know they broke up a lot of teams recently, and maybe that was one of the reasons why they're putting these guys back together. Who knows? But I'll tell you, I'm very excited to see these guys back together. I was verklempt Monday night, I'll admit. I was very happy. But who's going to win? That's going to be a tough one. This, because he was like, oh, well, they're back together, then of course they're going to win. I don't know. I don't know. I think Cesaro and Sheamus are going to retain, and that's going to fire them up enough to, well, I'll get into that later, but I think we're going to see them a couple times in this show. So I think Cesaro and Sheamus are going to retain. Because Cesaro and Sheamus are finally, I'm finally behind this. I was against it for the longest time, but now they're coming out. They actually look like they're in sync together, and no, I'm not talking about the boy band.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. I apologize, folks. It's been a long day. Yeah. I like Cesaro. They're a great tag team. They deserve this. Their path to success was a very rough path because Mick Foley, you can thank Mick Foley for putting these two together and making two stubborn workers become the best tag team in history, in WWE history. I've never seen a tag team like this before. You got raw power from Cesaro, and then you got the brute known as Sheamus. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. But the thing that kind of threw me off was that they can't. I'm calling them tweeners because the crowd loves them. There's nothing they hate about them. But their feuds with the Hardys and all the other face tag teams, there's no way you can call these guys heels completely because they are still over with the WWE universe.
They are. They've got especially Cesaro. Fans have backed Cesaro since day one and wanted to see him, have some kind of level of success. He's, completely underrated still, in my opinion. So talented. But now, and Sheamus is a very different style of wrestler. But you put these two together, and they're ass kickers. They really are. So, but you think we're going to see new tag champs?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's it's not exactly time, but it's going to be. Unless Vince is the one that's pulling the trigger in all these matches, and he can surprise you with a blink of an eye. So,
yeah,
let's see if the Shield, if that's what you want to call them, can become successful at SummerSlam.
The Shield 2.0? Yeah, we'll see. All right, what's next here? We got a few matches left. We've got, the United States Championship. AJ Styles defending. I almost said retaining. Spoiler alert, no. Versus Kevin Owens, and Shane McMahon is the special guest referee. In my opinion, I think this is going to be match of the night. This is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of close calls. And this is kind of hard. But I think this is going to be one of the most fun parts of the card of the evening for SummerSlam. And it's going to be interesting to see where Shane McMahon goes with this. I mean, if it gets physical, I don't honestly think we're going to see a DQ. If this gets physical, he's going to get physical right back with them because he's ref. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He could throw it out, but I think he's going to say Owens punches Shane, which is, I think, what a lot of people assumed we were getting for SummerSlam was Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. Kind of like Stone Cold versus McMahon, just different. But and this can certainly lead to that in the future. I don't know what the next pay-per-view for SmackDown is. But I got a feeling we're going to see a very physical Shane McMahon in this match, kicking both their asses, and I can't wait to see it. Excuse me. But as far as the champ retaining, I think that's our AJ. There, I said it again. AJ Styles is going to retain, though.
Yeah, I'm going to beg to differ on this one. I have a feeling that Shane McMahon might turn heel. Think about it. Daniel Bryan put Shane McMahon in this predicament, and I see a bump by AJ to Shane accidentally, and Shane can easily slug him, and we might see a title change.
Yeah. I mean, he's the commish. He can do what he wants, right?
Yeah, I mean, looking at this match, serving as a special guest referee. When was the last time? Remember when Shane was special guest referee back in the Attitude Era? There was a double ref match or whatever. It was like Vince and Shane or something like that with Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels or something. I can't remember. It was a Stone Cold match, and it was basically a screw job for him. And I see that happening again. But this time, with just one ref. But
we could see that again, yeah.
But I think since you were talking about SmackDown pay-per-views, I think it's No Mercy because that's next in the card.
Okay. I don't know if that is the next one, but
yeah, No Mercy, then Hell in a Cell, then TLC, then Survivor Series, and then after that we go into Clash of Champions.
Okay. So you think we're gonna get a swerve with Shane McMahon, and he's gonna help Kevin Owens?
He's gonna go back to his old ways. I mean, the crowd's not big on Shane anymore, and quite honestly, neither is I can say neither am I. I haven't really paid much attention to him, but he needs this turn. And he needs to start favoring the heels a little bit. Have a heel championship faction on SmackDown. Bring back the Vince McMahon type of Shane McMahon or something like that, without the whole "you're fired." But yeah, I see Shane screwing AJ over.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Then we've got, and we touched on this a little bit, Baron Corbin versus John Cena. Now, Baron Corbin is no longer Money in the Bank briefcase holder, and we talked about that heat a little bit. See, and when it all went down on SmackDown, it happened so fast. I had my first thought in seeing Baron Corbin lose this, my first thought was because John Cena interfered, that match or that briefcase cash-in attempt is going to get thrown out, and they're going to just put the briefcase back on, or like it's a championship. They're going to give it back to Corbin. That was before, learning about, there's heat on Corbin. And I even watched it back a couple times because it happened so fast. It almost looked like Corbin's shoulders were, or at least one of them was up when he got pinned from Mahal. Like it was a sloppy, quick roll-up pin and his shoulder was up, like it happens sometimes. We even saw that with, I think, when Owens got beat, from Stylez. A month ago or whatever it was. So yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, they're not really gonna take the briefcase away from them. That's crazy. Why would they do that? But now it's like, then I guess they are. But that, of course, throws a lot more attention and controversy into this match. So now Baron Corbin is pissed, and he's going to take it out on John Cena. I mean, it's still a huge match for Corbin.
Yeah.
So I mean, is he gonna lose the briefcase and then lose at SummerSlam? That's gonna be.
Like I said, well, actually, I didn't say it yet, but I will say it right now. This match is not going to hurt, Baron Corbin at all. You're working with a future Hall of Famer, a legend in the ring. I'm not a big fan of him, but I respect his ethics.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
But, yeah, people are going to say, well, all because of the tweets that he's going to get buried. He's not going to get buried. It's going to be a little downslope. The guy's been on a roll for the last several years in the WWE, starting with NXT. I mean, the crowd was behind him, and I think they need to start building that now with him to get the crowd behind him. I want to see him champion within the next year and a half, but, like a few friends of mine said earlier today, you can't just make him champion because he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, Yeah.
Hey, look at Sandow.
It's a it's a gimmick to carry a case around. And
Cena even lost it, didn't he?
Yeah, Cena lost it thanks to
cashed in. I should say cashed in unsuccessfully. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could thank CM Punk for that, or was it Big Show? I don't remember.
I forget.
But yeah, Cena cashed in unsuccessfully. Damian Sandow, and now Baron Corbin says, "Hold my beer and watch me do it."
Yeah.
But I want to see him as champion, but now because of this whole scenario, it's not his time.
Yeah. So who do you think's gonna, with him not having that opportunity to win the championship, who do you think is gonna win between Cena and Corbin?
It's definitely going to be John Cena. It's just a very predictable moment because Cena, he put AJ over last SummerSlam, but this SummerSlam, this is his moment. So we're going to give it to John Cena.
I think so. I see that, and especially if you want to dig deep into this and say, well, it's because of things going outside of television. If it is because the cash in and whatever,
yeah,
or his comments on social media, then and John Cena being very pro-military, and we've seen that for years, his support of the military and things he's done with them, and all that. I could see him throwing his 2 cents in on this in the backstage area as well, saying, Corbin screwed up, take that briefcase off of him, and any yes men backstage would be like, oh, Cena said that, absolutely, let's make it happen. I can see that too, but has that happened? I don't know, but I can see it happening. So yeah, I think Cena's going to take this one too.
Yeah, it's not his moment to shine, but it's his moment to actually win something. And
it's a tough lesson to learn because,
it's John Cena. We'll just go with that.
Don't piss off John Cena, or it's going to end up being another Alex Riley. Ooh. No, I don't think it'll be that deep, but we'll see.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Hey. WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Considering Nakamura actually beat John Cena, which you never know what they're going to do with this. I mean, that made sense. I think it shocked a lot of people because I think a lot of people assumed that John Cena was going to face Jinder Mahal and win at SummerSlam, which then they swerved and made Nakamura win. It's like, oh, well, now what? Then there was the whole cash-in factor from Baron Corbin. That's out the window now. So are they going to pull the trigger and make Nakamura champ? That's the big question. I don't know, dude. What do you think about this one? You kick off this one first.
Yeah. I think they want to keep the strap on Jinder for as long as possible to build up the Indian fan base again. I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura win this, though, because, he was IWGP champ for how long? And I believe he was the IWGP Intercontinental Champion before he came to the WWE. To have him as NXT champion was great. And now it's his moment to become the WWE SmackDown champion. I'm going to try to put my money on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. Yeah, I made predictions and gave them to the Ramblers earlier because they had their show earlier, and then I was on for like 2 seconds at the end of the show. And I know I said Mahal's going to win, but if you look at how this is booked, and maybe I read this wrong, with the huge celebration that they did on SmackDown, if you saw the show or highlights or whatever, man, that was quite the spread of fanfare for Jinder Mahal. I mean, that you could take that 2 different ways if you really want to break it down. That could be a sign that he's going to be a champ for a very long time, or it's a thank you, you've been a good champ. This is how we are thanking you with this respect for you, but Nakamura is going to win Sunday. I don't know. But yeah, I originally said Jinder Mahal is going to win. I honestly, I'm going to say Nakamura is going to take it here.
Yeah, he needs it. He deserves it.
And hell, keep him champ for a year. I don't care.
Nothing against Jinder Mahal. I want to see him remain champion, but at the same time, I want to see Shinsuke have it. But if they're going to do a long-term thing with Jinder, him being champion, they'll write it right into WrestleMania. Screw Survivor Series, screw the Rumble. They're going to go right into Mania with this guy. But, yeah, I want to see Shinsuke as champion for now.
Yeah. It's hard. It's also hard to say because, especially what happened at the last one with the interference from the Singh brothers and Great Khali, which I don't see Great Khali coming back.
Yeah, he was a one-time deal, which made no sense.
No, but it was a way to try to put him over, and I get it. It was I crapped on Khali for a long time, but I'll be honest, I was kind of excited to see him back. Like, oh my God, it's Khali. He's gonna come back and he's gonna chop someone up. Who knows? But which of course that was Orton. But yeah, I think I'd like to see Nakamura take this. We'll see. And then the grand finale, Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar defending against Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman in a fatal 4-way. This is going to be ridiculous. This is going to absolutely tear the house down. I'm very excited for this. If I'd say, any other match besides the Styles Owens match to be excited for, it's going to be this. I had a feeling for a while that they were going to book Strowman to win this, but now I don't know. With the 2/3, and I'm kind of continuing my conversation about this from before, with the 2/3 of the Shield back and absolutely zero mention of Reigns throughout the entire thing, I've got a feeling we're going to see a reunited Shield at the end of SummerSlam that helps LOL, Roman Reigns wins. I think that's what we're going to see. I could be way off.
I saw this tweet from Roman Reigns. I forget exactly how it said, but it was like he he was the alone guy or whatever. Or the lone wolf first. I can't really. Like I said, my mind is blank on this tweet. I'm not even gonna bother looking for it now.
The lone dog.
Yeah, something like that. That's all I remember, and I'm like, okay, they're seriously using Twitter to build up this storyline, and I really hope that they get involved in this match. And yeah, screw it. Let's put the belt on Roman Reigns just to piss off the WWE universe. Is it going to make the Shield a heel faction again? That's the #1 question. Because this is going to be mixed emotions. Because no one likes Roman Reigns, but everyone loves the Shield.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything majorly recent from Roman Reigns on Twitter. I'm just quick looking at his page.
Yeah, like I said, it could have been even made up by somebody, but
yeah, that could be too.
Or it was deleted right away.
So yeah, as much as I'd like to see someone new like Joe or Strowman go over, I know a lot of people assume Lesnar's going away, and honestly, I think it's his time to go away. It's time to take a break, take the belt off Lesnar. He's never even around, which, although I will say, I have been shocked with how much he has been around the past several weeks. With Heyman, of course. And he doesn't say nothing. He doesn't have to. He just bounces around and, makes his stupid-looking faces. But... But yeah, I think Lesnar's taken off, and I don't even care about the UFC shit, so don't even get me started on that. It's just time for Lesnar to have a break. They, keep the championship on TV. It doesn't have to be defended all the time, but it should be around. Okay. But yeah, I am very excited about this. I think Reigns is going to help with the win. Reigns is going to win with the help of the Shield. As much hate as I'm probably going to get for that answer, it's what's really going to be interesting is if that happens, is it automatically going to be a rebirth of the heel Shield, because Roman Reigns gets booed out of the building. If Dean and Seth help him, I think people upon seeing them come out to help him are going to pop. But him winning is going to get a crap ton of boos, and it's going to be automatically assumed that the Shield is back. Boo, like when they first showed up and they tore through everyone and they were the biggest heels on the roster. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. The 2/3 coming out and getting involved, helping Roman, getting booed out of the building. I do want to see Joe as champ down the road. Braun Strowman. Definitely Braun. Time for Lesnar to take a break. He's got an MMA match coming up hopefully here soon. Probably get his ass handed to him and then come back to the WWE and get laughed at. But,
crawling back.
It's the big dog's yard, man. Let me tell you, ever since he beat Taker, he's been on a hot streak. And
that's all they talk about.
Yep, that's how he'll be remembered for ending Taker's career, unless Taker gets involved in the match.
Oh God, I don't see. No matter how his recovery goes from double hip surgery or whatever he had, I would think that even with double hip surgery, Taker wants to stay at home, be a dad.
Yeah, I think
hard as that may be.
One more match, Taker. One more match. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, I like pipe dreams, and that's exactly what that would be for me. But yeah, let's give it to Roman Reigns.
LOL, Roman Reigns wins. So any other thoughts about the upcoming card? I did start it by talking about NXT. Are you gonna be watching what are they calling it? Takeover Brooklyn, Takeover 3 or whatever they're calling it?
I might watch it.
Yeah.
But I definitely will be investing my time in SummerSlam, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, the card is solid. It really is.
It's a great build-up. It's been a while. I mean, this might top WrestleMania.
Yeah, it might. You don't have a lot of like big play. The Trips isn't around, which we haven't seen Trips in quite a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since Mania.
Yeah. Who did he face at Mania?
Seth Rollins.
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
Came out with the torch. The passing of the torch, man.
Yeah.
Kingslayer.
This is true. The Kingslayer, the big dog, and the lunatic. Who knows? But yeah, nonetheless, tremendous card coming up this Sunday. This whole weekend's going to be crazy. Can't wait to watch it. Thank you, Stylez, for surprising me and joining me on this.
It's a pleasure. It's a big honor, dude. I love doing this stuff. And when I got your message about an hour later, I was like, I hope he's still awake. So, yeah, I'm glad I could take part of this.
So, yeah, I got my kids this weekend, so I'm trying to get all my stuff out of the way, even though it is extremely late at night. So, thanks again for joining me, dude. Much love to you. And yeah, it's going to be a great bunch of shows this weekend, and we'll be covering the results, as shocking or as horrid as they may be. Probably we'll see how the fallout goes, unless there's something so ridiculously amazing that I might cover it live late Sunday night. Who knows? But nonetheless, we'll see you for the next one. Thanks again, Stylez, for joining me. See you for the next one. Peace.
Later.